Hello friends, I'm Rosa, welcome. So, I'm a little bit late with this video, I know, but we are picking out my November TBR. I will admit, I did not stick to my October TBR at all, but I'll talk about that in the wrap up, which will probably not be up until December. So, I'm just collecting like two months worth of books before we're talking about them. But I like making TBR videos anyway, so I wanted to do one here for November and hopefully be a little bit better at sticking to it. So what we're gonna do is, I have 3 books that are book club related. By the way, if you want to check out the book club, there's a link to it in the pinned comment. These are separate from this. And in this little Icebreaker inspired tea canister, we have, or is it a tea canister? I suppose it's not like fully air sealed. Alright, it's fine, whatever. We have these little slips, and on these slips there are prompts. So I'm gonna sit here and panic a little bit because I have to figure out books that fit with these prompts. It's gonna be great. We're picking, let's say, 8 of these, I think, and then we're gonna talk about the book club picks as well. Because we're doing both primary, secondary pick, and then a separate read-along pick as well with the book club. But let's get started with these, shall we? Also, this is like a desperate attempt for me to also try to fit in some of my 2024 book picks that I haven't read yet, so we'll see how it goes, right? Also, if you have any prompts for future videos like this, let me know. Leave them in the comments because I'm always willing. I can't even remember what prompts are in this, so there might be duplicates, by the way. But if you have prompts, let me know. Leave them down below and I can add them to my little Icebreaker container. Also, what realm are you? What realm? I'm gonna choose this one. I picked this one as the first one. What does it say? A graphic novel, manga, comic. I was trying not to read more graphic novels. Oh no, let me think. My problem is I can't even see my graphic novels at the moment because there's there's a huge mess in front of them. I literally cannot see them. Okay, be right back. So I borrowed these from my brother like ages ago, and I haven't read them yet. So Berserk volume 16 to 20, I think these are the last ones he owns. So we're gonna continue with this series. Are they all fine? Can I show them? We're fine. We got Guts. The character's name is Guts, and he's like fighting monsters and stuff. That's what this is. Also, it's about one of his he's been through a lot, and then he finds a group of soldiers led by this guy called Griffin who ends up betraying them all, and then he's gonna hunt him down and stuff like that. So it's like revenge. It's a revenge plot pretty much, while battling demon-like monsters. And yes, aesthetic wise it's a lot like, I want to say Dark Souls mostly, but like Souls game overall. The creator of those games actually takes a lot of inspiration from Berserk, so that makes sense. And it's very brutal, super brutal. And I'm hoping the female lead gets female side character gets a little bit more respect on her in the following volumes, because anyway, so we got those 5. Next up, I'm gonna try to see if I can get to the bottom of this canister. Ouch. We has a name in the title. Oh gosh. Has a name in the title? I gotta stand up and look at my books for a second. As it turns out, I don't really have a lot of those, but I do have this one, and I've had this on a TBR a while ago, and then I kind of just didn't read it, so we're gonna give this one another go. As in, I didn't start it even, I just didn't read it. I even have the tabs ready if they want to. Right, even have the tabs ready, yeah. So we're gonna give Travis another go. This is sort of a sequel to Archer's Voice, Mia Sheridan. It's adult contemporary romance. But if you guys remember the sucky guy from, if you've read Archer's Voice, there's a guy there, his name is Travis, and he sucks. He's terrible. And so this is supposed to be his redemption arc and his story. We get to hopefully learn a little bit more about why he is the way that he is and why he sucks as a person. So we're gonna give this one a go. Hopefully it'll be cool. Hopefully it'll be cute. I guess we'll see. But Travis, that one took a long time. I was about to cheat with Catwoman, for example, and I was like, I can't do that. That's not me. Almost cheated with the Ren and the Holly library because Holly and Ren, technically both names, but that's not what they mean in this context. Next one is author you've never read before. Well, that's going to be easy. That's going to be so easy. Okay. I have a lot of books by authors that I've not read before, so that'll be so easy. It also means no sequels though, which, okay. I'm choosing a book that I don't have as a physical copy, so Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I have it on my Kindle though, and I've had it for a long while and I've not read it yet. But I feel like it's like, it seems to be a good late year read. So like, if you live in like a wintry kind of place, like I do, it gets sort of wintry during November, December, January. It feels like it's a good read for that time of the year. But I cannot really fully remember what it's about though, because I have a tendency to mix this one and her other like fairy tale inspired book together. The other one being Uprooted, yeah. But Miriam is the daughter and granddaughter of moneylenders, but her father's inability to collect his debts has left his family on the edge of poverty until Miriam takes matters into her own hands. Hardening her heart, the young woman sets out to claim what is owed and soon gains a reputation for being able to turn silver into gold. Spinning silver. When an ill-advised boast draws the attention of the king of the Starrick, grim fae creatures who seem more ice than flesh, Miriam's fate and that of two kingdoms will be forever altered. Set an impossible challenge by... That doesn't make any sense. Set an impossible challenge by the nameless king, Miriam unwittingly spins a web that draws in a peasant girl, Wanda, and the unhappy daughter of a local lord who plots to wed his child to the dashing young Tsar. But Tsar Myrnatius, maybe, is not what he seems, and the secret he hides threatens to consume the lands of humans and Starrick alike. Torn between deadly choices, Miriam and her two unlikely allies embark on a desperate quest that will take them to the limits of sacrifice, power, and love. And then it's like myth and fairy tales. So sounds kind of cool, right? Just like words that I don't know. I always love coming across those in books, to be honest. Like, I love it. It's great. Okay, let's pick number 4. Let's go with this one. I have a good feeling about this one. I have an amazing feeling about this one. New to you author. That's the same one. I'm gonna put this one aside so we don't get the same prompt twice in this video. Okay, next one. I have an amazing feeling. Extra amazing feeling about this one. Cover with your country's flag colors. Oh gosh. Red and white. There's not a whole lot of white covers out there. Have you guys noticed? I think I at some point read J. Kristoff. Well, there's black in there too. Ooh, is that cheating? I don't think I can find a book solely with a red and white cover, but I can find one that has a little bit of black in it as well. Speaking of J. Kristoff. He actually specifically told, in connection with these books, this is God's Grave, J. Kristoff. This has been on my TBR like 2 months ago or something. I still haven't read it. Not that I don't want to. I loved the first one. I'm so into it, so I'm just a little bit scared. But red and white, right? And then there's black, but red and white, I'm never going to find a cover with only those two colors. It's just not possible. Not in my collection, at least. So we got to add a little bit of something else. But he actually said in connection with the Nevernight series that books with white covers tend to get returned more often than darker covers. So that's why they're not doing white covers for Empire of the Vampire. Anyway, so reminded me of this one. God's Grave. In the first one, we follow Mia, who is basically out to set revenge for people murdering... Is it her entire family or is it just her father? Anyway, some part of her family has been killed, and so these very powerful people are behind it, and she has set out to get revenge on them, so she ends up at this church sort of situation where they're basically training assassins. And so she's surrounded by people. They have to prove themselves to get accepted into the school of assassins, by the way. So they've all murdered someone in the past, including Mia. And so she ends up at the school, but then people start getting killed at the school as well. Like there's an assassin among the assassins killing the other assassins. It's not good. And so it's basically about like figuring out who's doing the killing of the assassins, while she's also planning her revenge plot. And she's, there's a shadow cat as well. It's quite cool. She's got some powers. Anyway, so we're reading that. Adult fantasy, quite bloody. Yeah. Number 5 has orange font. That is so specific. Why would I do this to myself? Orange font? Orange. I gotta go look at my romance books. Looking at my romance books was definitely the right choice because a lot of my fantasy books have gold titles. Gold is not orange. Wild Eyes though, that's orange. The whole cover in fact is orange. So this is a safe choice. I don't really know what this book is about. It's Elsie Silver, so it's adult contemporary romance. It's the sequel to Wild Love, and I believe you follow Rosie. Is her name Rosie? Or am I just self-inserting my name into my romance books? Which would not surprise me. But I think her name is Rosie, and it's basically about her brother, who is a single father, and then, oh yeah, Skylar Stone, who's a chart-topping country singer with a recent streak of bad press. So she basically flees to Rose Hill, which is where these books take place. The series is called Rose Hill, by the way, as well. But she finds it in, she's trying to find peace, but she finds it in Rose Hill, not Rosewell, with a little boy and a little girl who steal her heart just as thoroughly as their dad. And then it's about Weston, and Weston is he has a bit of an attitude. He's a little bit of a flirt as well. So it's about them. I will say like first one was pleasant enough. Like it's not like wow literature, but I couldn't really pinpoint anything about the book either that I didn't like. Like it was a little bit ridiculous at times, but it was just entertaining as well. So we'll see where this goes. Does that mean I have 3 left? I have 3 left. Okay, we can do this. 3 left. This one feels like it has something a little bit easier than orange font. A debut book. As if I know which books on my shelves are debuts. Okay, so I'm gonna choose one, but I don't know if it's under a pen name because the book was a huge success. And then I can see that the author has only released 1 book afterwards. So I'm like, are they just writing under a pen name? I have no idea. Her debut novel. I'll be right back. Because this book is one that I've also had on my TBRs for like over a year, right? And I'm so desperate to read it, but I'm also so scared too because it's been so well received. I'm generally not a thriller person. I'm generally not like super into mysteries either. So I'm a bit like I find them exciting, but it's not like I'm not drawn to mysteries. And I really feel like there'd be something wrong with me if I don't like this book considering so many other people like it. So that's why I haven't gotten into it yet. We got 2 though. If We Were Villains by Emil Rio, which is in short about a guy who's been in prison for 10 years because of a murder, and then on the day that he gets out of prison, this police detective goes up to him and is like, can you tell me what really happened back then? And so he sits down to tell him what actually went on 10 years ago. So I think they were at uni, and like it takes place at uni or something like college maybe. And this book is signed, and I didn't realize until right now. Cool. Oh, it literally says on the cover. See, I've gotten so good at just ignoring stickers. But essentially, there's this friend group, and so he's telling about like what happened in that friend group and what happened with the dead person as well. There's some, in this edition, we got like some paintings, drawings here and there, which is kind of cool. So we'll see though, we'll see. I'm excited. I am nervous. I hope I love it. And then we got 2 more. Let's just pick one off the top. A book about a road trip or a long voyage. How am I supposed to know without having read the books? Are any of you traveling right now? A long voyage. Probably not a road trip because I don't. That sounds more contemporary and I don't really have a lot of those. Maybe we can find one that is a long voyage. I'll go look at my books again. So I hope I'm right about this one, but honestly this is a little bit difficult to know without going into books. I was like so close to going with Starsight. It says that she's traveling to the end of the galaxy to save humankind, and I'm like, is that metaphorical? I don't know. I'm going with this one though. It's also Brandon Sanderson. So, Tress of the Emerald Sea, because as far as I know, she gets on a ship, and that means traveling from one place to another. I'll take it. The only life Tress has known on her island home in an emerald green ocean has been a simple one, with the simple pleasures of collecting cups brought by sailors from faraway lands and listening to stories told by her friend Charlie. But when his father takes him on a voyage to find a bride and disaster strikes, Tress must stow away on a ship and seek the sorceress of of the deadly midnight sea. Amid the spore oceans where pirates abound, can Tress leave her simple life behind and make her own place, sailing a sea where a single drop of water can mean instant death. See, it sounds like a voyage. I have heard so many lovely things about this book. Like, people who have read it have loved it and found it very, like, what was the word? Like, beautiful and adventurous and just lovely through and through. So I'm very excited to be reading it. Tress of the Emerald Sea. This is a very cute cover as well. Anyway, so we're gonna go with this one. No, it's not contemporary. Adult fantasy. Does that mean we're on the last one? Yes, okay. Let's go with, that did not do anything, by the way. This one. Let go. Let go. I got it. This one. Don't be orange. I have it. Over 400 pages. That's like most of my books. Not you though. Okay, 400 pages. Do we go like just over 400 or do we take it all the way to 800 is the question. How much reading do I have over here? Quite a lot though. How much are you? Almost 500. We're going with The Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. We love Rebecca Ross. She is great. She's amazing. Flowy, beautiful. Love it. So this is the sequel to, can you see it? Can you? I think you can just see it. A River Enchanted, in which we follow our lead guy who goes back to an island he came from after he's been asked to because girls are going missing. It's important to note as well that there's like a clan war going on this island, so you have two opposing sides and he belongs to one of them. And that does come into play, which is why I'm mentioning it. So it's a whole thing on the island of these two clans just don't get along at all, and like they're taking up the entire island. It's their island, it's fine. So he goes back there because the girls are going missing, and the leader of his clan is currently in need of his help because he can do like magical things with an instrument, music, beautiful. So I don't know where this one goes though, but we're doing this, okay? Fire Endless. I've had this on another TBR as well. I need to just start sticking to my TBRs, but I'm very much a mood reader. so my TBRs are kind of always up for interpretation. They're not really like set in stone. I can always just like, if I scout the KU library, just pick up whatever, which is what I ended up doing in October. And so I just ignored my whole TBR. But I love how she's just getting her moment here, but I'm gonna put her back. So we'll see if I stick to it, but I'm gonna try a little bit for November, I think. But anyway, that is, oh right, yeah, we got the book club picks as well. I completely forgot. Our primary pick is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I really don't know what this is about other than I think she's an ice skater, and so she is practicing on the ice, but his team, he's an ice hockey guy, and his team is basically interfering with her training plans, and then she loses her partner or something and he has to help her. I think that's what it's about, but I might also be mixing it up with another book. I've heard that this is super smutty, so we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm gonna have fun with this. You know, books are here for entertainment, and I hear a lot of like hate aimed at certain books, and I'm like, you know what? It's not that deep. It's just, books are supposed to be fun. Some books are just supposed to be like breezy fun. I think this is one of those books. I'm excited to be entertained. And then we have Ella Field's Nectar of the Wicked. This is a Fairy Loot edition, by the way, which is why it looks different. She has got a scratch on the front cover and I hate it. Oh, that's a cute little pointy ear. I don't really know what this is about. I cannot remember. A dark and whimsical story of an unwanted changeling who must find a way into the fairy realm in pursuit of the truth. Luckily, an irresistible and wicked fairy king offers her everything she has ever wanted, but as it often does, it comes at a price. So I'm pretty sure that she has to marry him. Yeah. See, when I say I don't remember what they're about, the books, it's because I've read the synopsis at some point, but then I've just forgotten them because I've read so many synopses. So, a fae. She's fae too. Oh, she's a changeling. She's a fae who's grown up between humans, or like among humans. Not necessarily like between. Anyway, and then lastly we have Reckless by Lauren Roberts, which is the sequel to Powerless. I wasn't necessarily like wowed by Powerless either, but again, it's like one of those entertaining books. It's not supposed to be super deep. It's just supposed to be fun, breezy fun. And so I think Reckless, I don't know. I've actually heard not good things about it. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but we'll see. But in Powerless, we follow our lead girl, Peyton, I think her name is. Peyton? Yeah, Peyton. Who is an ordinary. She does not have any abilities of any kind, and she's not really supposed to exist either because the king has issues and hates on everyone who's ordinary. And so she ends up saving one of the princes from something. Something is about to happen to the prince, and she ends up saving him, and then everyone basically realizes that she exists. They don't know that she's ordinary. They don't know because she's kind of faking some ability. And so she ends up in this tournament with the prince and several other people, and like all eyes are on her, and it's a mess. And now we are past the tournament. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I hear that she wrote this one before the first book, which I'm also a little bit nervous about, I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see. We will see. But anyway, that is it for the November TBR. It's quite an ambitious one, but I am gonna do my best to shut down my computer in the evening and actually go read, because I really like to just sit in bed and read. And sometimes I tend to forget that when I'm just sitting at my computer and doing stuff. So, but also October has been quite a lot, quite a handful, quite a lot. So hopefully we can like calm down a little bit now and just take it easy, read some good books and be entertained and have fun and relaxed and all of that. But anyway, let me know if you have read any of these books. Leave your thoughts on them down below. If you feel like it, you don't have to share, but if you want to, go ahead. And again, if you have any prompts, by the way, for this canister, let me know too. We've got a little bit of space in there, so you know, we can add some more. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be leaving links to all of the books in the description box down below as well, by the way, if you want to go check them out, because I know that my summaries get a little bit all over the place and they're not necessarily super detailed and I skip things and stuff. So if you need a little more clarification on the books, there are links to them in the description box. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this from me, but also all the other booktube stuff, definitely consider sticking around by clicking on the subscribe button. However, I'm gonna leave you to it now, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!